So, so now we know, okay, this was just, using one criteria, but you can use another criteria. For example, let's look at this D. Goodman criteria. So if you are using the Goodman criteria, then this is going to be your equation for, again, that is 1 over n, and then, uh, you know, some those stresses, sigma m and sigma a and sigma m, and with that your diameter is going to be this much. Okay? And it is nothing more than comparing stresses and stresses and strengths. Okay? अच्छा जी. Now, um, there is another criteria which is the D. Gerber, and the D. Gerber criteria. Your 1 over n, which is the factor of safety, that is equal to 8. Well, you just read this equation, which is 7-9 and 7-10, and you can find your diameter by using 7-10, where the values of A and B will be these. Okay. Similarly, if you are using the DASME elliptic theory, 1 over n is equal to this, and you can find your diameter from there by, taking the rest of them to one side and calculating your D. Similarly, DA semi-elliptic, D Soderberg. Um, for the D Soderberg, your diameter is going to be this. Okay? Now, uh, looking at all these criterias, as we were looking over there, some of these criterias do not take yielding into account. देखें, बल्कि अभी भी डी गुडमैन का अभी हमने देखा ना. Let me go up again. Um, what do you see over here? Do you see yielding in here? No. ठीक है जी. So, और lines भी हमने देखे, तो those lines, the Goodman does theory, yeah, the Goodman failure criteria does not take yielding into account. So for those um, criterias that do not take yielding into account, for example, Gerber and modified Goodman, what you should do is you should find your own factor of safety in yielding and see if that works or not. And you yourself will find a factor of safety. For example, we want to calculate the factor of safety. So what will be the factor of safety? Factor of safety will be equal to, in yielding, it will be equal to the yielding strength, sorry, what will be the factor of safety in yielding? N y. That will be equal to the strength divided by the maximum stress. Okay? So you can SY. This will come from the material. Yeah, table जो भी है. The manufacturer will give you this value, SY, right? Where will this come from? Because you know sigma A and you also know sigma M, right? So you can calculate it from there using one Mises criteria. A sigma dash kya hoga? It will be equal to sigma M plus sigma A square plus 3 times tau M plus tau A square under the root, and this one under the root. So putting the values here, you will find your sigma M maximum dash, and you can find your own factor of safety in yielding. So that is just checking for yielding in the in those criteria which do not take into account yielding. ठीक है जी. What I am going to do is I'm going to